Hey everybody, today's video is going to be done on the green screen. I may do it all in one take. I'm not 100% sure yet. It's very windy outside, and plus thanks to the time change, it's dark. So the times I usually kind of get a video out for the next day kind of got dickered over because of the time change, but we will adjust. Today's video is going to be Anxiety Network. If you remember back about a couple weeks ago, I came up with an idea. Every so often we talk about anxiety. And I got enough of you guys out there to totally understand what anxiety is. You guys suffer through the anxiety and panic attacks like I do. So today's one of them videos. And today I'm going to talk about 2 triggers that trigger my anxiety. Because recently, and I think my camera's a little crooked, recently I had a number 10. And I will get into that in just a minute. So guys, I'm not running no intro. Let's get started. Okay, I label my anxiety and my panic attacks usually from a 1 to a 10. Now, what that means is 1's at the like, okay, no big deal, I'm having a little discomfort, you know, no big deal. Then I got a number 10 and I was like, holy crap, I got to get out of this situation. I got to freaking leave. Well, to be totally honest with you, recently I had a number 10 in a grocery store. Kroger's to be exact. Now, we're going to talk about 2 of the things that kind of brings on my anxiety. There's lots of things that bring it on, but 2 things I notice that might trigger it. 1 has to do with stress. Okay, what has one person really got to be stressful about? Personally, the last week's been one hell of a week, guys. Last week, it was a lot of things I was stressing, and I am taking care of the problem. It was some things that was in my life that was getting to me, and I'm wiping it out. Plus, you know, a few other things here and there, and sometimes I am, well, my daughter says I'm bipolar. Sometimes I'm way up in the world, I'm like, up here, yes! And sometimes I'm like, depressed. Oh, yeah. Depressed, you know. Everything kind of sucks, you know. It's just me. But all last week I was seriously stressing. And I think that's one of the reasons it triggered my number 10 I had at the grocery store. It was a rainy day, which usually when it rains my sinuses just go berserk, okay? And it was a different time. That's another thing too. We'll get into that, okay? It was a different time of the day that we got to the grocery store. Well, I've been doing okay in Kroger's grocery store, so to speak. You know, I've had panic attacks there. Never anything over an 8, all right? And yes, I'm wobbling back and forth because, guys, seriously, it takes me a while to get used to the green screen again. I'm so used to holding the camera and walking, so I got to keep moving. That's just me. I don't like to stay still. So basically, so you kind of got to get used to the wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble. I could speed this up. It'd look kind of funny, wouldn't it? But we're not going to. So anyway, we're in the grocery store, and it kind of started hitting before we got to the grocery store. My mind knew something was off. You know, and that's the other trigger. Whenever there's a change in things, it usually sets me up for an anxiety and panic attack. We're going to call it anxiety and panic attack because technically, they're like brothers or like sisters. You can't have one without the other. So basically, we're walking into the store. It's hitting me. I'm at about a 7 now. And I asked Angie, which is my wife, I said, "Hun," she's like, "It's happening, ain't it?" I said, "Yeah, it's happening." She's like, "You don't have to tell me we're rushed through it." And I hate doing that. I hate, because usually when I'm rushing through it, we don't get the good bargains. We don't get the good deals. And my wife is awesome for good deals. So, as we're going through, we went to the back of the store. I went straight to a 10. I said to my wife, I said, "Angie, I got to get out of here. I got to go. I got to go." She says, "Michael, hold it together. We're almost done. We got 3 more items to get. Then we're almost done. Then we're almost done." And usually when we get up by the windows, some strange reason my anxiety lifts a little bit. So I was like, okay, 3 more items, 3 more items. And I had the rubber band. If you guys remember, I tried the rubber band to snap. That does no damn good when you're high up on the anxiety chart. That only works for anxiety. We go 5 and below. Maybe 6 and below. So we get these 3 less items, or 3 less items, what did I say? 3 items, and I'm still soaring at a 10. I'm going from 9, 10, 9, 10. And I'm walking by, I got the grocery cart, and I'm people everywhere. That might have been one of the triggers too. It seemed to be more people this particular day. It was actually a Saturday. It was a Saturday afternoon, come to think of it. And I'm sitting there and I was like, okay. And when my anxiety kicks in really hard, it's hard for me to move fast. I mean, I speed walk. But when my anxiety kicks in, it feels like I got weights on my feet. So we get the last 3 items. One of the last items is biscuits, okay? And Angie told me, she's like, okay, I'm going to look for the cheese. Meet me right over here at where the biscuits are. I'm standing there, and I came down at this point to probably an 8. Because I'm seeing the windows in the distance. So I basically get the biscuits. Angie comes back up. We get the biscuits, and we're headed up to the register. We usually go through self-checkout, okay? I like self-checkout. Self-checkout. I just do. So I figured since I could see the windows, my anxiety will come down dramatically. It didn't. It didn't come down at all. It came down to about a 7. So when we got outside, got your groceries in the car, I was still at a 5 when we got home. Usually when you hit a 10, it sticks with you for a while. It does. So basically, 2 of the triggers I learned was change. It was a different time in the day I went. I was already plus stress. The stress I had all week. Excuse me. It's humid in the basement. Whenever I'm in a humid area, it makes me cough a lot. The stress and the change, boom, perfect recipe for anxiety. Perfect recipe for a 10. So, basically, let me ask you guys. What I asked before, what are some of the triggers? Is this some of your triggers? I got lots of triggers, but I noticed change is a huge one. And usually when I've been very stressed for days before, usually ends up to have one big anxiety issue. One big gigantic one. Now I've hit 10s before. Not a whole bunch. My normal's 8s, okay? But I've hit 10s before, you know? But it's been a little bit since I hit a 10. I'm usually hitting at an 8, and that's about it. Sometimes I dance around 9. But, yeah, it was a 10. And today, I just got done walking at the park, and this is what brought the change on. Today, at the park, there was a lot of other people there. Usually when I walk, there's maybe 1 or 2 people. Today, there was a lot of people, and once again, change. Plus, in the next couple videos I'm going to be coming out with, I'm going to talk about something that has to do with walking. I'm changing my walking around. And that's, once again, change. And whenever there's change, and my brain sees the change and knows the change, it throws anxiety. Plus, one of the things I cut out recently of my life, one of the things I changed, which been bringing on my stress, is something I've been doing for years, and I recently fixed that kind of a little bit, and that's changed too. And that kind of brought out the anxiety as well. So guys, welcome to Anxiety Network. Once every in a while, we'll throw an anxiety video at you guys. Leave me comments. I'm about ready to do that, ain't I? I'm not going to do that anymore. Leave me comments down below. Tell me some of your triggers again. And tell me, is change one of them? Is stress another one? Because personally to myself, they literally threw me into a 10. And I didn't like it. Oh God, who does like it? And once again, anxiety and panic attacks go hand in hand. Because when we was leaving Kroger's, I was telling Ange, I said, I'm not just having an anxiety attack, I'm having a panic attack as well. And I said, they're hand in hand. See, if I could ever talk to somebody while this is happening, if I could ever videotape while this is happening, I could tell you so much more. See, the weird thing about having anxiety and stuff is you don't know how to explain it when you're not having one. It's hard to explain, isn't it? I mean, seriously, isn't it? Alright, guys. Hopefully I got the green screen to work right. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in the background. And I got to get used to this again. I'm used to holding the camera. There's going to be some jump shots, some jump cuts in this video, but mostly it's going to be straightforward. Alright, guys. Until next time, don't forget to leave comments. And thank you for watching. It means more to me than you ever realize. Trust me, it does. And until next time, come on! Let's get out of here.